Hello, you got Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody? Wanted to stop by again and have a look at these energies that are currently playing out, with particular focus on what's happening with Mercury and Venus moving into Capricorn and how it's it's affecting the collective. I wanted to do something a little different from our traditional twin flame reading today and do a zip around the zodiac. And I've been wanting to do more in-depth readings from these aspects, but really I've been on a time crunch, trying to get through personal readings and my job, like life, everything I've got to get done in a day. But I've really wanted to dive in and have a look at these energies and see how they're affecting each aspect of the zodiac. And so what I'm going to do is do it all in one reading, and I'll do my best to timestamp. Haven't done that before, but I'll figure out how that works. But look, that is really Mercury Capricorn energy. Thoughts are down to earth. You want to communicate clearly, and you get realistic. And I'm like, realistically, for me to get through the 12 readings just wasn't happening. I just didn't have the time available. So I go, how can I make it work? How can I investigate these energies and make it fit in with everything else I've got to do. Now, that's the Mercury Capricorn energy. It's like really down to earth energy, clear communication, and it will sit that way. It moves into retrograde on December 29, and it'll sit there for a little bit into January. But while we have it in going direct through very, very practical Capricorn, we get our ideas down to earth and be very realistic. And it's good to really frame this before that retrograde comes along, because it's in Capricorn. It will probably affect our ability to be super practical with regards to the way we communicate. It could even be our careers. So let's be hyper aware of getting everything settled now. Now, the other interesting energy is Venus in Capricorn. So that is long-standing trouble in relationships getting settled with more comfort and more happiness. But it also is this energy of shared goals, understood boundaries, and taking relationships more seriously. So with all the other aspects we've got playing out, we know we've got the full moon coming up in Gemini, which is stationed with Mars there, which is likely to feel some tempers. But I want to kind of look past that energy and go, what else have we got playing out with regards to the zodiac? So I'm going to draw one for each aspect of the zodiac and see if we can't get ourselves a reading. Let's have a look. What have we got going on? Okay. Let's start. The sun is currently in Sagittarius, and then we've got Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, then we've got Aries, and we've got Taurus. Just make sure they're all fitting on there. We could probably even move a little bit this way. Righto, then we've got Gemini, then we've got Cancer, then we've got Leo, then we've got Virgo, then we've got Libra, and we've got Scorpio. So these are our baseline reading, and we will definitely be clarifying these energies to see what's going on through our zodiac. Righto, are you ready? Sagittarius, let's start with you. We have the energy of the devil. So if we're looking through, thoughts getting down to earth, realistic ideas, clear communication, and the energy that's coming through for you is the devil. Is going, what's been playing out that's toxic in your life that you need to let go of, that you need to get real about? If our energy of Venus in Capricorn is going, we're getting really serious about boundaries and shared goals. Sagittarius, what's playing out for you that is going, the way that the people, I'm picking it up as the way that the people around me are behaving feels toxic. Let's get a couple of clarifiers on that, devil, and see what we can find out. Let's have a look. We've got, yeah, look, who's been telling you fibs? Oh my gosh, look at this energy, Sagittarius. So you've got the devil, you've got the Seven of Swords, and you've got the Tower. Who are you about to bust in a massive lie? Who's been toxic in your world? This is someone who's been super deceptive. Now, we do have that full moon coming up on the 8th, which is, just a couple of days away. It's likely you're about to bust somebody in a big lie, and it's going to feel like everything's crashing down. So it's like breaking down to break through kind of an energy. This is huge, Sagittarius. And, I think the way that this is going to play out is going that you're you are going to communicate in a super healthy and positive way. But I think you're going to really take aim at getting yourself clear of this energy. So who are you letting go? Who are you looking to release? I don't think you're out to forgive this energy. I think you're out to let it go. So it's definitely, who's been lying to you, who's been cheating, who's been taking advantage. And we've been looking at this energy for the past few readings going, it's not okay anymore to be at the mercy of people taking advantage of us. It's not okay to be servants to the entitled. It's not okay for people to lie and cheat and take advantage of our gracious natures. Sagittarius, you are on, you're chasing down goals is what I'm picking up around you, and that you're looking to establish yourself in the work that you do. And it's like all you're looking for is someone to just stand beside you in a positive and healthy manner, and not always have to feel like you're having to look over your shoulder going, for every 2 steps forward I take, I'm having to take one step backwards and go, who's in my corner, who's not in my corner. And when you realize that this is somebody very, very close to you, Sagittarius, this is someone in your inner circle who is actually going to bring the tower down. I'm just going to grab one oracle card for you there, Sagittarius, as a piece of advice for what's going on in this difficult scenario in your world. Curiouser and curiouser. I want to get one more because I'm curiouser and curiouser. Manage to be glad. See, look, this is you. You know what you want out of life, and this is what I was picking up before, is wherever you're headed, the goals that you have, you're going, I'm going to have my reward. I'm going to have my success. I'm going to, have my achievements come true, and I'm not going to have anybody make me feel like I don't deserve them. I'm not going to have anybody steal from me my glory and my success. And I know that sounds, on some level, saying it that way, it sounds a little bit like I'm asking you to be shallow, going that my achievements are more important than the people around me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's someone in your circle who's lying and cheating and deliberately trying to undermine you. And when it feels like, you're going to catch them out. Whoever this person is in your life who is, just lying and cheating and being disruptive. I mean, you are going to figure this stuff out. They're going to trip up. They're going to expose where they're going to leave you a trail to follow. You're going to be able to, curiouser and curiouser is following one clue after the other until you actually come into realization. And managing to be glad is going, I'm so glad that I figured out that this person really did not in any way, shape or form have my best interests at heart. And when the world starts to fall down around your ears, Sagittarius, it's actually for your best interest that this energy dissipates. You're going to take a hard stance on romance, right? You're going to go, these are my boundaries. If you do not share my goals, if you do not, want to communicate in a clear and healthy way, you want to continue to be shady, then I'm going to remove you from my world. And that might feel for a little bit, Sagittarius, like, it's hard to say goodbye to someone you love when, if they're doing you wrong, right? They're doing you wrong. Not only are you going, well, I feel really upset that somebody has betrayed me, but when you're realizing that it's someone that you truly love, then you're questioning, what do I do with the love that I have for them? Because I love them and they're destructive for me all in the same breath. So it does feel to me, Sagittarius, like things are going to feel like they're falling apart a little bit for you, in realizing the truth of these individuals in your life. I don't want to leave you on that heavy note, though. I want to give you something hopeful to look forward to. Spirit, where is this connection headed? Will Sagittarius move away from this person? Does it have an outcome that you can show us, that breaking down to breakthrough is a positive? Yeah, we've got some friction. Oh, look, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So it's difficult for you to do, isn't it, Sagittarius? Like it gives you a real point of friction, doesn't it? To be able to go, this is the energy that I'm picking up, going, I feel really, really torn, because the person that's betraying me is like, is it something I can forgive, or is it just is it something that I have to let go of to be able to move into happiness? And like, for the Ten of Pentacles to come about after this point of friction, it actually seems to me like you do have the potential to work this out. And whatever this lie and this, like, your tower has to crumble, and you have to go through. Look, we've got that full moon energy coming up. You have to go through this fight. You have to go through this friction. You have to go through these scenarios where you're not going to know what your outcomes are going to be in order to move you into the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a difficult road. This tower is breaking you down to break you through. Lies are going to be exposed at their deepest level. It will cause a fight of some description, but the likely outcome here is that you'll move into the Ten of Pentacles. So be prepared for the hard conversations. Be prepared to call people out, Sagittarius, because you know what you want in life. You've got goals. You know where you're headed. You want to be able to be successful in the home life, and like the structures that you build, the work that you do, and you want to be successful with the company you keep. You want to feel wise. You want to feel like the people around you are loyal. And I don't think you're going to get that loyalty unless you do some serious hard work about, when you find out who this is, or what they've been lying about. You probably know who it is. What they've been lying about, is going to feel like everything's falling down. It's breaking down to break through. And the tough conversations, the fight, the friction, is what's going to break you through to the Ten of Pentacles. So initially that felt like a really difficult read, but I felt like Spirit was saying to me, don't stop there, because there's actually there's more fruit on the tree, and there's actually a positive outcome to be found if Sagittarius can get through the hard yards and have those difficult conversations, have the friction, and do the work required to bring the Ten of Pentacles online for you, Sagittarius. Shoot true, shoot high, shoot true. Know what you want. Allow things to fall down that need to fall down, because you have the potential to build into that. Once that tower is on the ground, all those bricks on the ground, and you and your person are rifling through all the bricks on the ground, going, what can be salvaged? Who can I forgive? What do I need to release? You'll build that Ten of Pentacles out of all those bricks on the ground. Righto, Sagittarius. Capricorn, what have we got for you? We have got the Three of Pentacles. Righto, Three of Pentacles is, that's super in line with what we're feeling, is that, you get very secure. You're very determined about the work that you want to do. It's realistic ideas. It's down to earth. Three of Pentacles is really about, choosing a path and really going after it, getting serious about the things that you want and putting all your efforts into it. So it can, it can be the energy of, and I don't want to say a servant, but it can be, especially when you're working in service to the divine, or you're working in service to your relationship, or working in service to even to the career. It's choosing the career that you want and giving it all your energy and letting it crystallize in your world. So Capricorn, for you to have the Three of Pentacles as your energy when Mercury and Capricorn are dancing, it really is you having very, very realistic ideas about the work that it is that you want to do, and moving forward in that energy. Let's have a look, Capricorn, at some clarifying energy, see if we can get a bit more information about this Three of Pentacles and see what's going on for you. Righto, for Capricorn, the Three of Pentacles. Oh, look at this energy. Yeah, look, it is about getting to work. It is about getting seriously to work. So whatever you've been through, Capricorn, it's probably been a really difficult road, and you felt like you've copped. Look at this guy, the 10 swords in the back, flat on the ground. Doesn't look like they're getting up anytime soon. But you're sitting in an energy of the pre-harvest, when you feel like you're down and out, there's going to be a new energy birth. You're sitting, what you've been through has actually given you more service than what you give it credit for right now. This is an energy of investment, right? It's going, what you've learned, what you failed at, what you've struggled with. Every sword in your back has been an investment in where you're heading to in solidifying your future. And I'm going to ask the question again under the full moon energy. What can you release? How many of these swords can you release? How many do you want to take out of your back? And who are you going to forgive? Who can you look at and go, I know who this sword belongs to, and I know, forgiveness is not for the other person. And you probably hear that really, really flippantly. Because 90% of the time, right, when you don't get closure, which is kind of what I'm feeling around you, Capricorn, is that you probably haven't had a lot of closure around this. But you're still trying to figure out how it is that you can move forward and feel good and feel stable and feel solid. And it is choosing to take these swords out of your own accord. When you choose to forgive someone, that action is all about you, because you cannot, honestly, you cannot sit in forgiveness and also sit in hate and remorse, right? If you truly have forgiven someone, you free yourself from the burden of wearing the energy of going, that wrong that you hold in your energy field. To release it and to forgive it allows you to bring something positive more into something more positive into your realm of existence. And that person may never know that you forgive them. They may not never care, right? How many times have we walked around with energy in our heart of going, somebody really wounded us deeply, but that person is never giving us a passing thought, and we're going, here, what I really need from that person is to come back and say sorry. But that person is never coming back to say sorry, and that person does not know, does not care, does not give a passing thought to the burden that you carry in your energy field because of what they've done. Now, what this is asking of you, Capricorn, is going, what have you been able to gain out of going through all of these difficulties? If the 10 is you getting to the end of the road, and what we're asking you to do under this energy is release and forgive, going, what investment can you make in yourself by starting to remove this pain from your life? What we've got is that you're likely to feel stable and settled for the first time in a long time. You're going to be able to truly get on with what it is that you're here to do. Let's grab a couple more clarifiers on that one and see what is it that you're going to gain out of letting go, out of forgiving, out of allowing yourself to move forward. What have you got to gain there, Capricorn, with our Three of Pentacles? Let's have a look. Oh, see, look, the 9 and the 6 of Cups. Oh. Who from your past do you want to come back around? Who do you want to come back around? Who have you had your eye on? Who's, if it puts you, if you're in this investment or this pre-harvest energy where you're putting in the hard work to going, I've been hurt, I've been struggling, I've been through the ringer, and it's really, really hard for me to get up off the ground and release and forgive. But what happens when you do, right? I ask the question, what are you going to bring in? You're going to bring in someone from your past who is in pre-Empress energy, or 9 of Pentacles, someone who is single, strong, independent, and, I look at this in complete harmony, in balance. This is somebody who's done all the work that they can possibly do, and the only thing they're missing from their life is, look, the pentacle that you hold. That soulmate connection that comes in to bring our 9 of Pentacles in the 10 of Pentacles. And it's someone from your past. It's someone from your past, Capricorn. Someone who you've had a hurtful relationship with. Someone who either you're waiting for forgiveness on, or they're waiting for forgiveness from you. But between you two, you've had some very, very difficult energy. So this energy brings possibly, likely, someone back from your past who has really got their act together, and that is able to, allow you to move forward in some really solid energy. Let's just get an oracle card for you and see if we can't get a message just to close that energy out for you, Capricorn. Let's have a look. Righto, Capricorn, what have we got for you there? Let's have a look. We've got the who in the world are you? and clock time. See, this is really interesting, right? It's like, who in the world are you? You've been through so much, right? You have been through so much in all of the pain. And this is what I've been talking about, of going, these lessons that you've been through, how have they been an investment in you? How have you worked that energy for you to be able to attract this into your life? Who in the world are you? Who in the world are you in Empress energy now? It's time. It's time, Capricorn, for you to have all the blessings that you deserve. Look at what comes, something from the past that you really admired, something that you really adored, really loved, something that feels like it has a sense of, I want to say, a luxury sense, something that you go, if that came back to my life, I would consider that a real gift. I'm saying the word luxury because it's like top end. So it's like it would feel like a real gift for that to come back into my life. And the time is right for this energy to come back around. But you really have to have a look and go, if you are in the pre-harvest, right, and your energy is the Three of Pentacles, it's who are you? Get very, very clear and make sure you release, right? You release and you forgive, because it's for you, it's not for them. Like anyone who's hurt you that you're holding grudges against, if you're holding grudges against, it's time to go, I forgive you. You know what Jesus said when he was on the cross and they were, they were casting lots for his clothes and they were stabbing him, the Romans were stabbing him. He said, forgive them, Lord, they know not what they do. Forgive them, Lord. Forgive them, because they don't know what they do. And this is what's happened to you, Capricorn. You've been tangled up with people who have not been aware that their actions were as devastating to you as they ended up being. And now we're going to go, forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do. I am ready for my blessings. I am ready for my Nine of Pentacles to come back from my past and for them to discover that I'm not who they left behind. Right? Who in the world are you? You've changed. Yes, I've changed. I've been through hell and I'm coming out of it. I'm not there yet. I've still got a little bit of work to do. And here's the thing about relationships, right? Is you will not know how healed you are until you're back in a relationship. The only way, it's sometimes this spiritual community can be a little bit how you going when it says everything that you need is just within you. That's true. That's true. But there's something that humans need from each other, and that is relational interactions. And you're never going to know how healed you are until you're interacting with other people. Have a look up there. Like this Three of Pentacles actually has a couple there, right? And this is the thing, I'm going, yes, you've done everything that you can do to get yourself healed. And like Capricorn, if there's one more thing, it's to release and forgive wherever you need to. And then you need the opportunity to practice everything that you've learned in a real relationship. Capricorn, little bit of work. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, sorry. I hate that feeling when it's like you feel like you need to sneeze and it doesn't come. Righto. So Capricorn, getting really, really focused on what you need to release and who you can forgive. The likely scenario there is you do have a Nine of Pentacle energy coming back from the past. So this is someone that you really valued or that you saw as high value in your life. And you're hoping that they can see how much work you've done on learning and growing and become the best version of you that you can be. Righto, we're moving on to Aquarius. What have we got? Ace of Pentacles. Fresh new start. I love this for you, Aquarius. Especially when we've got the energy of Mercury and Capricorn, because we've got this realistic ideas, clear communication, thoughts are down to earth, and Ace of Pentacles is all about that. It's a very down to earth energy. It's what work are you going to do? Where are you going to live? How do you build your life? And if there's a new opportunity coming for you, Capricorn, around the work that you do, that's pretty exciting stuff. Let's get some clarifying energy. I just feel like this is on more levels though. Like I feel like you've got fresh new starts on a couple of fronts. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see some relationship energy in here, as well as could even be some travel connected to this energy. I feel like there's a few things playing out for you here, Aquarius. Let's have a look. Let's get some clarifiers in on that one. What have we got? The Star And we've got the Eight of Swords. Let's just grab two more straight. That's where I kind of thought would be in there. Let's just grab all four. Yeah, look, I do. I feel like these opportunities are coming to you around, like I said, on a couple of different fronts. This puts you in the spotlight, right? So whatever you've been working on, maybe you're looking to push yourself out into a more public role. I get this idea that you're someone who's inspiring people or leading people or bringing somebody a brand new idea. And I think you've been sitting on it for a while, Aquarius, where you've been going, can I articulate what it is that I want to do in a way that other people will want to follow? And I'm going to say the energy that's coming towards you at the moment is yes. Is like if you continue to lean into inspiration and continue to follow the path that you've been given, like you're hearing your voice clearly, that inner voice that's saying, you're about to do something very, very special, something where you lead people. And this is going to manifest differently for, Aquarius across the board. But look at this energy. If we go Aquarius and we're looking at the energy of waters flowing, right? It's like that is the energy of Aquarius, isn't it? It's the water bearer, right? And here, this water bearer, she's tipping this into your energy space and going, I want you to feel like your cup is full, Aquarius, because the work that I want you to do is going to require you to have your cups full. Now, this is the other energy that I've got around you. See, look. Here, I want you to see that the feet are in the water. So if we've got the divine up here, right, tipping down all this water onto the ground, how do we make it look like it's right? There, right? So you've got the water bearer tipping the water down and it's landing on the ground in front of you. Your number one job is to follow it. And I know that you're really having to rely on your intuition. And to step into the spotlight right now feels like it's oh my gosh, am I making a mistake? Can I actually pull off this energy? But what I'm picking up is going, what you can't see and what you can't tangibly touch doesn't mean that you are not on a path that's destined by the divine to do something very, very special. Don't think yourself out of your blessings. I actually think that what you're about to do is going to involve some travel. And when we drew this card, I'm like, it feels like travel's involved. And here you've got the Eight of Cups. So leaving behind something that's not working for you. And at the moment, you're bound up by it. So you're overthinking it a lot, going, how do I follow what it is that the divine has mapped out for me when I feel like I can't see, I can't tangibly touch, and I feel like if I take the wrong step, I'm going to end up being cut by the swords. Now, both of these cards are 8 though, right? 8s are all about leadership and all about moving forward in career. I just get the feeling, Aquarius, that you've got something important to say, that maybe you understand the divine in a unique way, that you're looking to bring this message forward, and there's something connected to travel or a new horizon, moving away from what's been holding you back. And perhaps these 8 broken cups are these 8 swords. It's you holding you back. Maybe it's you've got some heartbreak, or you've got some naysayers, you've got some people who think you can't do what it is that you believe you can. The divine says, yes, you can. You can do this. You can do this. Do not let this perceived prison hold you back. Again, look, we've got this water here that goes, the divine has actually tipped down for you the path. Just keep following that intuition, because it's not going to lead you astray. In fact, where it's going to lead you is into the Ten of Pentacles, where with the Ten of Pentacles, you feel like you have financial success, you feel like you have good structure in your life, you have a partner who supports and loves you, and you have loyalty, you have wisdom, right? And you could see, look, you have to look carefully, but see there's a child there. I feel like you're leading the next generation, right? You're leading the next generation. Whatever you're about to do, Aquarius, put your whole heart into it, because I think you've got an important message for all of us to hear. Let's have a look at a couple of oracle cards around that and see what we've got. Let's have a look. We've got, oh, I wonder what will happen next. And we've got, oh, gee, look, we just had that with Capricorn, didn't we? It's time. It's time. I wonder what will happen next. What does it say here? Ready to adventure, right? So maybe there's some travel. You're on the precipice of change and you're in the pause before action. It really does feel whatever you're about to do next, Aquarius, you've been working on it for a long time. I do feel your doubt, right? I do feel your doubt in this card. And this is where we go pause before action. This is it. It's going, I'm bound up with overthinking about what it is that I should be doing, could be doing. But now Spirit is saying it's time to take action. Let's go with this one, Aquarius. Wow, I like that message for you. That's awesome. Righto. Moving on, I'm going to leave that one there for you, Aquarius. What have we got? Pisces is our next energy, and you've got the Death card. Righto, what are you closing the door on, Pisces? What, the Death card doesn't come out unless you need to make a dramatic change. So it's like, death is final, isn't it? It's like going, I closed the door on that chapter to open the door on something new. So what are you leaving behind, Pisces? What do you need to release, and who can you forgive under this energy? Let's get some clarifiers out for the Death card for Pisces and go, what are we closing the door on in our Pisces energy? Let's have a look. What do you got going on there, Pisces? We've got time to get to work. We've got the Queen of Wands. Oh, see, look, this is it. Essentially, this is what I was picking up, is it felt like you were closing the door on a person, and maybe right now what you're trying to do is get really, really busy, keeping yourself really busy, not to have to deal with how you're feeling. Not that it's a bad thing. It's kind of like going, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going. It's like you don't want to slip into your feelings, because Pisces, when you slip into your feelings, we can lose you, right? We know this. So right now, what it feels like is going, I need to leave this chapter behind, but how I'm going to leave, I feel like this is someone who's cheated on you, Pisces, or somebody who's done you wrong, somebody who you've not been able to pin down, a Queen of Wands who perhaps, they're just only chasing what makes them happy. Queen of Wands can be masculine or feminine energy. So, flip, change, reverse, however it needs to be. So if your Queen of Wands is actually a masculine figure, just insert that energy there. But what I've got is this particular person. It feels to me like they, in some circumstances, I think this person has got cheating energy connected to them, but that can manifest as someone who's just spending all their time at work. They're spending all their time with their friends. They're spending all their time on anything but spending time with you. And I get the feeling what you're doing is burying yourself in work to not have to deal with it. Let's grab a couple of extra clarifiers on that one and just see what that energy wants to tell us. Yeah, look, I think this is what's interesting about this energy is I really do want to separate them like this in going, you're burying yourself in work to not have to deal with what's happened with this Queen of Wands, because you really do want to close the door on that chapter. You don't want to deal with this person anymore. You want them to be done and dusted. They're not going to be in your life from this moment on. What's really interesting here is that in closing out this energy, I actually think you're going to bring somebody new in. Look at this. It could even be someone from your past coming back, or this could play out as a different energy in going, somebody younger than you is coming around, somebody who's got a bit of an age gap. You might be older, they might be older, but it feels like there's a bit of an age gap, and that this person I feel like you're like wiser than they are on some level. This Page of Pentacles is someone who wants to learn and study and grow. It can be that this energy might manifest for you, Pisces, in that you're just wanting to focus on children, or you want to focus on childlike energy. So it can manifest a couple of different ways, Pisces, because I do feel like you're kind of ignoring your feelings a little bit on having this, whatever this bust up is with the Queen of Wands over here, that, even it could be that you just want to have fun and play and be childlike. It could be that you're investing your time in your children because you are still distracting yourself. Or it could be that you're attracting someone from the past, definitely with this energy. It could be that you're attracting someone younger. So that energy is going to manifest how it manifests for you, Pisces. But this feels more specific than, like, this feels like it's a bunch of different options, whereas this one feels like it's very specific. You've had a run-in with a Queen of Wands energy, someone who's very selfish, is all about them, and in this breakup energy, you are just burying yourself in work or burying yourself in whatever it is that you need to do to move yourself through it. I don't think you're tackling it as head-on as you possibly could. Let's get some oracle cards on that energy and see what we've got going on there. We have got Never Jam today and Curiouser and Curiouser. Never Jam today, that's a bit of an interesting energy, isn't it? Let's have a look at what we've got there. Whoop. It says promises that never come to life. Was that what it says? Never come to, what does it say? Promises that never come to be. Sorry, my eyes are atrocious and I do need to do this to have a look. Promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. Is that what it says? Yep, that's what it says. Curiouser and Curiouser. What have we got? Discovery, inquiry, weirdness and curiosity. See how this is playing out? I just feel like our reading just got fully validated then. You know, with your Never Jam today, these are promises that never came true, right? They lied to you. They were too selfish. They had empty words. They were all about themselves. They're not living in the, this is, shut it down. It's got to be, you know, everything that you got that got eliminated. Look, the energy on this card is somebody very selfish. Look, they just want the cakes. They just want their cakes and they're not worried about sharing them with anybody else. It's all about them. So it's like, I think you've done the right thing in closing the door on this Queen of Wands. Now, look what happens. The energy of a child is way more playful, right? There's discovery, there's curiosity, there's weirdness, and there's fun. And this is what I was picking up here, like a childlike energy, something that has, you know, it gets you having fun. It gets you investigating again. It gets you out of your whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been burying yourself in here to get through this really difficult energy. You know, what's coming for you feels like it's a much more light-hearted approach to moving forward. Curiouser and Curiouser, that is definitely a Page of Pentacles energy. Like, Page of Pentacles is someone who likes to study or likes to learn. It's a youthful person who has a curious mind. And this is childlike energy as well. I think either somebody younger or is coming in to be your partner, or somebody who has a childlike energy, somebody who, you know, likes to have fun and is curious. Or you're investing in your children, or you are embracing a childlike you. Any of the above would be applicable in the way I'm reading that energy. Rightio, that's you, Pisces. Let's have a look at what we've got for Aries. Hermit card. Righto, Aries, what's going on for you? You want to hide out for a little bit? I get the feeling, like when I've got this Hermit card, the first thing I felt around it is that you might be licking your wounds right now, that you might have been through something where it's, you know, the Hermit card it is an introverted space, but why have you got introverted all of a sudden? My gut feeling is that you're licking your wounds over something. This isn't just a suddenly I want to be spiritual and I'm going to take time out. It feels like there's an event attached to the reason that you're in your hermit's cave and you're wanting to really be insular on what you've got going on. Let's get some clarifiers on that Hermit card. We've got the Page of Swords and we've got the Knight of Swords. Let's grab a couple more. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and we've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so how have you gotten into the Hermit stage? What I'm thinking has happened, right, is that you've been knocked down a peg or two, right? So I'm going to suggest that whoever you've been interacting with, that you may have been having, you know, like it feels like an immature back and forth, like he said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, and honestly not really getting anywhere with how that conversation is rolling. It's not really maturing into a conversation that is actually serving you up until the point where you go, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm actually going to retreat from the conversation. And because of that, the Wheel of Fortune comes in and the Page of Pentacles comes in. It's like the Wheel of Fortune turns you 180. So however this back and forth fight. It just feels like a fight to me. It feels like whoever's in your circle right now, Aries, it just feels like they're not agreeable with you, that they want to argue, might even be pushing you into I just don't feel like your words are being heard. I think it feels like you're talking to a wall. Look, even this, if this let's say this is you in the way you're trying to discuss something, this person's head's turned, right? But they've still got their sword, and you're going, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. I really, really want to be heard. And they're going, no, no, I really don't want to listen. Or you're getting some kind of immature response back at you. So it's not to say that they're not answering you. It's just saying that the communication does not feel like it's clever or realistic, or that they're being sensible. But I think you really do want a resolution on it. So because you do want a resolution, you're going, I'm really tired of this conversation. I'm going to put myself back into the hermit's cage. I get the feeling that even the way this conversation is playing out, that, you know, they might even be saying stupid things to you, where it just feels like they're wounding you for the sake of it, where, you know, I'm not saying that it's not necessarily true, but I'm going, the energy I feel is like, how can I hurt you the most? What can I say to take you down? How do I put you back in your box, Aries? And you're going, you're not hearing me properly. You're not letting me say my piece. I'm trying really, really hard to communicate with you, and you're just shutting me down. It feels like the connection between, like, there's some level of immaturity in the way that the communication goes back and forth, and it's finally pushed you into the hermit's cage where you go, I don't even want to talk to this person anymore. This is good, because what it brings about is a wheel of fortune. It says that you're going to change things. Things are going to start to turn in your favor. And I feel like you're going to start to rebuild your reputation. To me, it feels like this person might even have been, you know, like, I don't know if this is an Australian term, but slagging you off is to damage your reputation. So they might have been saying unsavory things about you to damage your reputation, but you refusing to engage, to finally stepping out of the conversation, refusing to engage, says that you're going to turn things around and you want to rebuild your reputation to, you know, to where it was. Kind of, you know what I say about when I see this energy, it's like, you can't control what other people say. You can't control what other people do. You've got to live your life as if nobody would believe it. And kind of that's what you've done in refusing to engage. You've gone into the hermit's cage, and then you've brought forth this wheel of fortune. And when you come out, you're going to start to rebuild your reputation. It's always tea time. And manage to be glad. Yeah, look, it's always tea time. Let's have a look at the words there. We've got eternity, endless moments, and repetition. And then create your own happiness regardless of conditions, right? It's kind of what I was saying, going, it feels like you have been in a bit of Groundhog Day with these people, of having communication. You know, it feels like you've been stuck in this repetitious cycle of going, that you're just stuck in the same. And look, even these two people sitting, you know, what do you do over tea? You converse, right? You talk. Normally you have a cup of tea and you have a conversation, but this feels like it's on repetition, like it's Groundhog Day, like it's an eternity, like you're stuck in this battle, and you're going, no more, no more, no more, no more. I'm going to be the hermit. And like I said, I'm going to live my life as if nobody would believe what you're saying. I'm going to manage to be glad, and I'm going to create my own happiness regardless of what you say. I'm going to rebuild my reputation out of the ashes of the fire that you set for me, right? I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to turn this on its head, and I'm going to rebuild my reputation out of, you're the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what you are. And it's going to be, you know, no matter what people say, live your life as if no one would believe it. That's you right now, Aries. And I know that's tough. It's awful when people are saying crappy things about you and you feel like you can't fight back. I've got one of those people. I've known a few in my day, but there's one that's, you know, in our close family circle, and I've just got no rebuttal for, and I kind of have to cop it. So I've always lived my life as if no one would believe what that person is saying. And, you know, I can't control it. I can't control it. So I had to control the way I responded to it. And that hermit energy will serve you well, because it'll give you that moment to pull your energy back to you and remind yourself who you are and what you're all about, and have the grace to rebuild your reputation from the ground up. The phoenix comes out of the ashes, Aries. Righto. Taurus, what do we got for you? Two of Wands. What are you at the crossroads at? Taurus, what have we got? I'm going to say this is two people. I think you've got two people in mind. I'm going to suggest that you have a choice of two people, two situations. One's a long term, one's someone you've met new, and you don't know what to do. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Two people. I'm going to say this is tricky, because it feels like you've got some heavy commitments on one side, and it feels like you've got some heavy soul contract on the other side, and you don't know what to do. Let's have a look, Taurus. Ooh, this is an interesting energy that you've got going on. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm not kidding, am I? There's your soul contract. And then what's on the other side? Oh, your heavy commitments. And you don't know whether to walk away. You're thinking about walking away from something that you've been in to walk towards something that you think is a divine energy. Wow, I'm not kidding, am I? I felt that really intensely. Oh, Taurus, this is tricky. What have we got? Page of Swords and the Death card. Oh, I think you need to make a decision, don't you? And it's a really difficult one. I get the feeling you've been in a long-term scenario with someone that you have commitments with. Here, maybe you've got a child. Maybe you've built up plenty of. Feels like you've been with them a long time. This feels like lots of conversations together, lots of thoughts, lots of processes, lots of dreams, and then along comes someone that is, this could be like a twin flame or divine love, some kind of soulmate contract that is tempting the heck out of you, and you're having to make a decision between the two. And I feel like what you're going to do is that you're preparing to walk away from the person you've been with long term to head towards the Lovers. Now, that this comes with a hefty warning. If you shut the door on the connection that you're currently in, if you take the option to move away after everything that you and this person have been through, it will be done and dusted for good. Now, what I'm going to also say to you is that if you take up this soul contract, it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of process that takes place. The Lovers is the major arcana of, and arcana just means mystery. Major is it's a universal force. It's a universal key. It's a universal station. This is going to come with some big lessons. And I think that you are, I think you're going to walk away from the situation that you're in. I definitely see that. But what you're walking into, I don't think you fully understand or maybe you do. Doesn't feel like it though. It feels like that you've met this soul contract, but you don't quite understand what you found yourself in. But it's had enough of an impact on you for you to walk away from your current situation, your current connection. And I get the feeling that the current scenario you've been in has been there for a while. Now, naturally, it's not going to apply for every Taurus, and there'll be, depending on what your situation is, there'll be a different spin on this scenario. Maybe you've been in a work situation for a very long time and you need to leave. You've definitely got some big decisions to make between something that's been very stable and constant in your life and something that feels more like a dream or a vision or a soul push, whichever way you go, because the Lovers is a decision card as much as the Two of Wands are. It's all about choices. And here you've got these very deliberate ideals about moving away and closing a chapter. That is definitely one choice. And the other choice, is the Lovers. And what comes with the Lovers is a whole different bunch of lessons. Are you ready for what you're choosing, Taurus? Let's have a look at some oracle cards for you. Wow, wow, wow. That energy come in so thick and strong. Wow, it's always tea time. Yeah, look. And growing up. Okay. See, look, it's always tea time. That was that long-term connection that we were talking about. You know, you were in something that felt like an eternity or endless moments or repetition. Did you get bored in your connection, Taurus? You know, when you meet somebody and you get married or you get into a connection, maybe you've had kids, maybe you've bought a house together, maybe your finances are tied up together. What is it that has felt repetitious? Has your job, if we're talking about your job, whatever it is that you can apply this energy to, Taurus, where you've got a very distinct choice between something that is like a soul-based energy and then something that is, you know, that you've had for a long time, and you go, I'm following my heart or I'm following my soul to do this. And whereas that one is just Groundhog Day and I've had enough of it, I'm bored, I'm done, I don't want to be there anymore. This energy of growing up. And it says wanting to grow and experience rejection and rejection of perpetual youth. So maybe this was someone who you were with since you were very, very young. And now you're going, I'm ready to, I've met somebody else. This definitely feels, to me, the most likely scenario is you've met somebody else or you've come into alignment with a different job. It's showing up as those two distinct possibilities, and you want to mature into it. You don't want to be who you were when you were younger. You don't want to be trapped into that. I mean, Taurus is such a stable energy. This is such an unlikely read for you, to be able to go, excuse me, that I really want to take a chance. Taurus is such a grounded, home-based energy. For you to actually be feeling like you want to take a chance on, you know, this new energy really would be confronting to your soul space, and no wonder it feels like such a big decision, such a big choice. And you're going to be asked the questions too. What do you need to release and who can you forgive? And it's likely to challenge your tempers, particularly through the full moon energy. So you might find yourself in conflict with whoever it is that you've been with, or, you know, whether it's a person, place, thing, whatever it is that you've had as the long term. You might find yourself up for a fight as you shut down what has been your long term in favor of something new that is horribly tempting. But this will be, if you choose this energy, Taurus, you're going to be in for one heck of a ride. It's passion loaded. There's lessons. You know, you will not get Groundhog Day on your lover's journey. Wow, big energy for you, Taurus. Cancer, what have we got for you? Four of Cups. Righto. The first word I want to sit in with you, Cancer, is some level of disappointment or some level of feeling like there's, you know, you're questioning the divine. Why is this energy just flowing over me right now? And I can't actually get traction on anything. I feel like my head's in the clouds. I'm always idealizing. And I actually have got the energy of some level of disappointment or disillusionment around you now, Cancer. So let's have a look. Let's get some clarifying energies on Cancer's reading there. Let's have a look. Cancer, what have we got for you? What have we got for you? Clarifying this. Oh, look, I feel like you've got a lot going on, Cancer. Oh, let's clarify. What have we got? The Ten of Wands. The Four of Swords. Let's just get four out. The King of Cups. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. Righto. See, the words I was picking up around you, right, is going... See, I don't want to call yours Groundhog Day. I want to call yours energy is flowing over you, and the bulk of the time you're having to sit in a space where the energy just has to be released. You're going, I feel it coming at me, I'm transmuting it, I'm letting it go. Here I sit with all of my ten of Wands, this heavy burden that I've had to carry, this heavy load that has been so much a part of my journey for so long. I just want to put it down. Why do I have to keep picking it up and putting it down? Picking it up and putting it down. And then, divine, you tell me I've just got to let it roll. How can I just let something that's so bumpy, right? Do you see how different these energies are? Like they're really like opposing energies. This is that being a beast of burden, right? Going, I am so tired of carrying this burden, and this energy is going, I'm going to lay down and transmute this energy. I'm going to pick up my burden, and I'm tired of being a beast, and I'm going to lay down and transmute the energy. And that has this overwhelming feeling of going, divine, when will you actually bring an outcome to the carrying the bundle and transmuting the energy? At some point, I feel like I want to have an outcome. And Spirit's going, it's coming, right? It's coming. Be patient a little longer. The King of Cups, like, it's a masculine energy, and it really is, like, he is carrying the cups, right? And in the cup is your self-love, divine love, twin love, you know, um, it's realization of love. And the King of Cups has to have some kind of action connected to it. And we go, what is his action? His action is the Three of Pentacles. So my action for you, Cancer, is stability. That you are about to have stability in what has been a volatile situation, because what you've been able to do is flow with the energy. And that's not easy. It's not easy when you're being challenged on fronts, like going, you know, I've been speaking in the twin flame readings of going, it's been an I don't care to care energy. I'm, you know, feeling like that this burden of caring for everyone and everything has caused me to go, I need to fill my cup. I can pick it up some of the time, but I can't pick it up all of the time. I need to be spending this time where I'm transmuting energy for the purposes of me and not everybody else, because essentially I want to be in service. You know, and I talk about this Three of Pentacles card as being a red hot twin flame card, in going, it's the divine masculine, divine feminine, and the divine itself, you know, concrete on the earth. And then these are the vessels that manifest and work the journey. Now, that can be for any journey, depending on what you're doing in life, Cancer, you know, whatever that you choose to do. But what we've got is the connection of love here, and going, has your love life been bumpy? Has your love life been tricky and difficult? And have you had to feel like you've been burdened, and that you've had to I'm going to say constantly had to recover from people, right? You've had to recover from people and keep trusting that the divine is going to keep washing you clean every time that you get disappointed and have to pick yourself up again and try again. Every time that you go, oh my God, this burden is so freaking heavy that I need to get in and clean up this energy, and then I can get to the point where I can be in service, I can be in action to whatever it is I lay my path down to. Now, I just called this out as a twin flame, but maybe you put your passion into whatever it is that you do. Pentacles is about the work that you do. You know, maybe with the King of Cups, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a musician, maybe you're a poet, maybe you like to write words, maybe you are a counselor, maybe you like to lead in other ways that care about humanity. You could even be a policeman or a firefighter. That's an action-based caring role that requires you to be, you know, on the planet and working hard. However this energy manifests for you, your relationships play a big part in how healthy you feel to conduct your role in society. And you're laying down here going, divine, I am feeling a little disillusioned. I'm feeling like I'm questioning why this energy has to continually flow over me versus crystallizing as something I can rely on. Let's get some oracle cards on that for you, Cancer, and see what that's all about. What have we got? We've got believe, and we've got falling. Or every time I see this card, I think of Harry Styles' song, I'm Falling Again. Oh, I love that song. The unknown, descent, momentum, and change, and believe in strange encounters. Look, you stack these two together, and it really is an energy that we've been talking about when we're looking at the Neptune going direct energy. This surrendering fearlessly into the unknown. We really do have it. Believe into what you're falling into. Believe in what you're falling into. You don't know where you're headed, right? You don't know where you're headed. But you keep looking to the divine going, oh my gosh, please, 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 keep being the fuel that lights my fire and showing me the way. And I know these burdens serve me. And I know that when I'm under burden, I've got to come back to you and heal. And I know I have some kind of service role for humanity that I have to do. And here, the divine is answering you when you're lying here and you're going, why does this energy continue to flow over me instead of it crystallizing and becoming what I need it to be? Spirit says, because you're not there yet. You're not there yet. I know you think you are. Cancer, you've done so much work, and you have been, like, when this soulmate cycle began, Cancer was one of the, the North Node was in Cancer. So this energy around the soulmate cycle, there's a lot of Cancerians caught up in it. And if you look across YouTube, there's a lot of Cancer-specific channels that focus on twin flame journeys and focus on divine love connections and how they're designed to play out. So Cancers, you really are like a center point, and you're not there yet. You've got to continue to believe in the strange things that come your way and trusting the unknown, the changes and the momentum, that surrendering fearlessly into the unknown, because your time will come. Your time will come. Keep sitting in that energy. And as many days as you feel disillusioned, as many days as you feel like a beast of burden, as many days as you lay your head down and you transmute energy you transmute the disappointments into something positive. You find the silver linings and you rise again to fight another day. As much as this feels like it's a relentless energy, it is taking you somewhere, right? And we're going to fall fearlessly into the unknown, continuing to believe that the manifestations that will come out of it will be very, very worth our while. Righto. And that's what I have for Cancer. What have we got for our Leo energy? Six of Swords. Righto. So what are you walking away from? I feel like there's drama around you, Leo. I feel like like you have days where you think that your scenario is tolerable. And how I talk about this energy is there's a lot of people walking around the planet, and 200 hertz is where you find most people, and that energy is going, life is difficult, and but it's bearable. Most people believe that life is tough, life is difficult, but it's bearable. And what we're fighting for is get to a place where we feel life is satisfying and worthwhile. And I think Leo is really, really pushing hard against that energy and going, I'm not going to settle for something where I don't feel like I'm valued and treated with respect. And I think, as you've stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed, and I feel like you're ready to leave a situation. So it could even mean moving house physically. Let's get some clarifiers on that one. Let's have a look at Leo. What have we got going on? The Hierophant and the Emperor. Let's grab two more. The Moon in reverse and the Three of Cups. Righto. I'm going to suggest this is going to be, if it doesn't ring true for you, Leo, it doesn't ring true. But what I'm going to suggest is that you've been in something of a long-term commitment, and that the person that you've been involved with has been, let's just call it, has been shady. Look what we've got here, right? Here you are, Leo, in a long-term commitment. But look at this sequence. If I take out that there, I've got an Emperor who's shady as all hell, involved in a third party scenario, right? So when I'm talking third parties, it doesn't always mean another person. It can be that they spend too much time at work, or that they're addicted to, I don't know, alcohol, gambling, drugs, whatever it is. But the way that they go about managing this third party, this third energy, is very, very shady. We've got the Moon represented. Now, I think you're going to bust this energy because the Moon is in reverse, which says to me that things that were hidden are going to be revealed. Now, your Emperor is going to act like there's nothing wrong with their behavior, or they're going to try and justify it in some way. I've got the feeling that this scenario, this long-term commitment, is about to get into a fight, that you're about to have a struggle of some kind. And look, that full moon energy is like, it says it's likely to challenge your temper, right? What can you release? Leo's person needs to release the third party energy because they've been busted, right? Leo's not in the Leo is not unaware of how shady Leo has been towards them and the damage that they've done to the commitment. And I get the feeling, Leo, that you're ready to walk out on this scenario. You've just about had enough. You're done. What highlights under this energy is that this third party energy is that your emperor is just going to sit in his ego about it and is going to try and defend it on some level, and you're going to go, no, I'm out of here. I can't do this anymore. You have broken my trust, and I do not want to be in this scenario with you anymore. Let's look at some oracle cards and see what we've got for you, Leo. Let's have a look. Yeah. Right. Okay. You're busted. Your person is busted. If it's, if it's not if this is you, Leo, you've been busted, but I think it's your person. Your person has been busted. Look, painting the roses red, covering up errors, right? And I want to be queen. So standing, what does it say? Stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, and passing a test. So look at this. Painting the roses red. They've been lying. Someone has been lying. And when this person gets busted in their lie about this third party energy, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go, no, it's not good enough. I want to be treated correctly. I want to be treated with respect. And this is, look, it says it's passing a test. And we talk about all the time is like, particularly when we're on these divine journeys, that, and look, you've got the Hierophant there. So what is this test that's coming at you, Leo? Like, are you meant to listen to this person and figure out what's going on behind the scenes? I get the feeling your test is to go, are you finally going to walk away from someone who disrespects you? Are you finally going to go, just because we're married or just because of the length of time we've been together, it does not excuse the way you treat me. It does not excuse the disrespect. I want to even say there's a level of abuse in there. Whether this person gets angry and, wants to state their case in an aggressive way. This Six of Swords is going, no, I'm getting in my boat and I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm going, what does it say? I'm stating my sovereignty, declaring my freedom, and I'm passing a test. So it's a divine test for you to decide what it is that you are and are not going to accept. And if this behavior is going that this person will not, like if they're going to be an egoic emperor and do shady things, and even when they're busted, they're going to try and paint the roses red and cover up the error. But you know what you know, divine. You know what you know, Leo. You know what you know. And it's going to cause you to declare your freedom and want to get the heck out of there, out of this commitment. This looks like a tough energy to go through, Leo, and it feels like you've been through it with this person. You've been round and round and round and round and round, like you've been in a washing machine, and you just want to be washed clean. I just want to get a little bit, I don't want to leave you hanging with going, that's such a difficult story. Let's go with this lesson that you have to learn, Leo. Let's go to these ones and just go, let's project a little bit. Are you going to leave? Are you walking away to a new horizon? Let's have a look, because this definitely has you moving on. Why have I got these flipped over? Yeah, there's some interesting cards there because there's some victory cards that was sticking out there. Righto, Leo, let's just get, like, if you take this decision, is passing the test leaving is kind of what I want to know. Three of Cups. Six, there's that victory card. That was sitting the other way around. You are going to have victory over this third party energy. Yes, you are going to pass your test. Look at that. I'm so glad we took an extra couple of cards, Leo. Here's the third party energy, right? Are you going to have victory over it? Yes, you are. Six of Wands is victory after a long, long battle. And Judgment, here you are, toe-to-toe with the divine. We literally asked the question, if you've been in a test with the divine, will you pass? The Judgment card says, yes, you will. This is on to bigger and better days, Leo, but you do have to be able to expose the lies, declare your sovereignty. What does it say? Stating your sovereignty and declaring your freedom. That's really specific, isn't it, of advice for you, given that we're seeing the energy of someone who's really treated you unfairly and is still sitting in ego, trying to cover up errors even when they're busted. Unbelievable. Righto. Virgo. Is that what I mean? Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. I've skipped somebody, haven't I? I'm going to say I skipped Gemini, but I'm going to say that was for a reason, and I'm going to do Gemini last. So I'm going to hold this card here for Gemini. I always believe that things happen for a reason, right? And I was meant to read those cards the way I was meant to read them, and I'm going to bring Gemini out to here. Interesting. All right, let's have a look. Here we're reading for Virgo. Virgo, you've got options. Oh, Virgo, you've got options. What's playing out there? Virgo, you've got options, but you just don't know what to do. Like, you do not know what's in these cups. And it's kind of like for you, because you're such a down-to-earth kind of a character, you really want to get to the bottom of what's in those cups. But I'm going to say tick tock, you're running out of time. If you don't take some kind of action, you are running out of time. Let's get some clarifiers on that one. Let's get some clarifiers. Oops. Oh. Yeah, let's have a look. What have we here? Page of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. Wow. Okay. So look, pages are, they really aren't the... This is why I'm feeling like you don't know what's in these cups, is because the page, yes, they're the messenger of the deck, but I feel like the people that you're consulting with, and I do feel like you're asking other people for advice, is they're not giving very good advice about love. And it's like going, if I choose one of these cups, am I just going to get a fish in a cup? See what's this? You don't know what's in this cup, and I feel like the advice you're getting right now, I just feel like you're not getting great advice and that you're running out of time. Not that these cards are saying that, but it's saying I feel like you really do want to have a fresh start in love, and that, you've got, in the options that you have, right, is I get the feeling you've got somebody who's really, really outgoing and fun and vivacious. I feel like you've got somebody in your circle who's actually really reserved and shy. And then I feel like you've got somebody who's really, really intellectual. And you're going, I like all of these people. I like all of these people. Which one is it that I'm going to make a fresh start with? I love them all. And the advice that this person is giving you is actually going, I think you're going to end up with a fish in a cup, and you're going to miss out on your blessing. Tick tock, the time is ticking away. Let's get some oracle cards on that one. I think you're just, you're overthinking, and I think you've got a very specific list of what you want. And if you put those three people that you're interested in together, you would go, oh, that's my perfect person. But keep your temper. Keep your temper. And painting the roses red. Let's just get one more. We're all mad here. Let's just get one more. Managed to be glad. Yeah. See, this is an interesting energy, right? Keep your temper. And I think this is getting to you, isn't it? It's getting to you. And we've got this full moon coming up in Gemini, which is likely to challenge your temper. And what I want to ask you is, which one of these are you going to release, right? Which one are you going to, so you don't end up with a fish in a cup and end up with nothing, where you don't have love at all. You want this cup overflowing, Virgo. You want this cup overflowing. And you're not going to get that when you're dividing your attention between three different cups. But the advice you're getting, like I feel like, you're listening to too many people and you're not trusting your heart. You're not trusting what your soul's trying to tell you. And when you're painting the roses red, you're going, when you are hearing, you're listening to the opinions of others, and you're letting them cloud what you're actually feeling. And I think I think you know who you want to choose. I think you know who you want to give your attentions to, but because your friends or the advisors that you have around you are saying there's this wrong with this person, there's that wrong with this person, here it's agitating you for one, and two, it's making you, painting the roses red. You're going, these people are making errors, but because they're my friends and they're telling me that this is how it is, I'm wasting my time in actually setting forth on the person that I'm super interested in, the person that I really want to be with. Now, we're all mad around here. I really like this energy, because it's like the energy of going, you know, it does say here, everyone's a little different, right? And I think whoever this person is that you're choosing, is somebody who's not your normal type. It's somebody that you wouldn't normally go for. And it's why your friends are going, that person's never going to work for you. That person's never going to work because blah, 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 blah. They've got all of their reasons why this person's not going to work for you. But everybody's a little bit different. We really don't know until we take the time to get to know somebody deeply. If this person has sparked your heart and soul energy, it's time to give them a chance, right? It's time to pour out that cup of love, because what I'm telling you, Virgo, if you procrastinate and you deliberate too much longer on this one, you are going to miss out. Take your moment and just make the most of it. Manage to be glad. What does it say on that one? Create your own happiness regardless of conditions, right? Stop listening to the opinions of other people around who you want to give your love to. You really need to trust your soul, or you are going to end up this guy. And the only cup that you are going to choose is going to be the one with the fish in it. This other person, the person that you actually want, they're going to move on. They're not going to wait for you to, they don't want to be your option. They want to be your one and only. Time to make a decision, Virgo. Go after what you want. Stop listening to the opinions of people who don't actually know what it is that will work for you. And, let your soul be happy. Come on, Virgo. Stop procrastinating. Okay, Libra, what have we got for you? The Chariot. Lovely. This is fast-paced forward movement, isn't it? The Chariot is really about, and it's major arcana, so this is one of the fastest cards in tarot, and it's one of those major stations of the major arcana that goes, it's a true life force. It's the universe coming at you saying it's time to charge ahead. What do they want you charging ahead on? I'm going to say we're going to pick up something around taking hard stances in romance, setting goals, boundaries, being serious, going fearlessly into the unknown, and communicating the crap out of what you want. This feels like a really positive energy for you, Libra. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Rightio. The World. The Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. Rightio. So we do, again, we've got some fast-paced energy here. What I've got around you is, the World and the Chariot are two very, very big energies for you to be drawing. Like the World is about it is about completing a cycle. I mean, we've got the death card sitting across it there. The death card closes the door. The world is going, I've completed a chapter. I'm ready to start moving through the next cycle. It's a powerful energy where you've learnt a lot. It's like I relate it to graduation day, a student completing university, a surgeon who's got all the tools they need to operate, a tradie who's got everything in their bag to build a house. You are ready to go forth and conquer, Libra. You've got some fresh new ideas. You're feeling a little bit sprightly in how you operate. Look at these energies. It's like you're ready to go after something adventurous, something that lights you up, that makes you feel like, you know, life is worth living. And I feel like you've been on a journey to get this rush of energy. Excuse me. I was saying I feel like you've got this level of taking, you know, hard stance on romance or something around boundaries. So this is kind of, you know, when you look at this energy, the Nine of Wands really does want to charge ahead in life, right? But the Page of Pentacles is a little bit more serious. And he's going, I want you to share my goal, right? This is my goal here. And look how he presents it to the Knight of Wands. If you are going to charge ahead, right? If you are going to surrender fearlessly into the unknown, this is what I want you to take with you. I want you to have these ideas. I want you to be very, very clear about what we're going to communicate. And then we're going to charge forward into where we're headed, because we know we've got everything we need. We've learned all of our lessons and we're feeling positive and strong that we've got everything we need to move forward, and that it is going to bring us a change of fortune. We are charging ahead into a better, a new day. I'm not sure I've got anything too significant to add to that, Libra. It just feels like, you know, that you're ready to move forward, and you're ready to move forward quickly. And as you do that, because you've done all your lessons and you graduated, you know what structure to take with you. You know what the boundaries are. You know how to share your goals. Even though you're moving forward quickly, it's done in a very, very steady and proper way. You're about to change your fortunes. What have we got? Find the lesson and follow your own good advice. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, right? Find the lesson, because you've been in that scenario, right? Discover the purpose of a situation and trust that you are learning. Follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what is best for you, right? Here, that's literally what we were just saying. Is you've done this bit of going, I've run the gauntlet. I've gone through it all. I know what I'm doing. I'm ready to charge forward. Here we've got the Knight of Wands, which is the energy of going on an adventure of some description. But here it says, follow your own good advice. Here I'm offering up something that I've learnt. I'm offering up the lesson. I've looked for the lesson. I've found it. We're ready to graduate. We're ready to charge forward. I'm in my chariot. Let's go. Look at this. We've got the Emperor riding this chariot, and we've got the Knight riding this horse. They are fast-paced energy into the next chapter that you're heading into. And if you follow your own good advice, guess what? The Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor. It just feels like blessings to me. Keep doing what you're doing, Libra. There's nothing there that's got me going, you need to slow down. You know what's best for you. You've learnt these lessons, and now you've got to apply them in the way this next chapter. It's going to unfold quickly. It's going to unfold quickly, and life is going to feel like it looks like it's a little bit different on the other side of this energy. But, you know, charge forward, trusting your own good advice, because that page is offering it up to you. Righto, Scorpio. What have we got? Knight of Pentacles. Groundhog Day. Groundhog. Oh, gosh, are you bored, Scorpio? Are you bored? Are you ready for a change? I don't think you're going to get one anytime soon. I think there's a good reason for it, though, because I think, Scorpio, there's something in your energy that's been selfish for a long time, right? And in learning how to give, you've learned how to be patient, you've learned how to deal with the status quo, and you've learned how that everything doesn't have to always be deeper than the surface. You're allowed to sit on the surface for a little bit. Let's have a look at some clarifying. I know that doesn't sound like you, does it? But I think Capricorn energy right now is actually going to keep you from being too far gone. Yeah, look, Hangman's, talk about status quo, Groundhog Day, the Emperor, and we've got Judgment. I think you're bored. I'm going to say, Scorpio, I think you're bored. But like I said, I think it's serving you. I think being bored is serving you. Because like none of these energies really sink you into like the dark spaces that you can go to sometimes. And I think at the moment you're getting up every day trying to be really open and really honest and really bring out the best in everybody around you. I get the feeling that you know when to retreat, when you need to take time out for yourself. But I think you're showing up as a very nurturing figure to the people around you. You're very strong in your masculine energy. Whereas as Scorpio is such a feeling, watery energy, isn't it? Where you can disappear into the depths. The Emperor is all about being present. And that can feel like Groundhog Day for you, can't it, Scorpio? When you're constantly being, look at this, the divine is like blowing the horn at you. Get up, get moving, we've got stuff to do. So it's like, again, see this energy. And, it's like, look how grey these bodies are. That it actually feels like, they're not alive with life, are they? And look at all the watery energy around them. It's like they're rising up out of like coffin kind of energy. I don't know what they're rising up out of, but they look like coffins. It looks like the Day of the Dead, doesn't it? I'm feeling this energy of like you're bored, and it's like the divine is calling you to be strong through this energy because it's actually serving you. It's serving you to to be facing the world in a day-to-day way and being very practical in the energies. Let's get some oracle cards on those. What have we got for you, Scorpio? The right way. That's what I'm picking up. Mortality. Oh my gosh, you are so bored. You are so bored, aren't you? You're so bored with doing the right thing every day, getting up and just doing, being an emperor. But I'm so glad you're sitting in emperor energy. It's like, am I though? Like, because it really doesn't light you up, does it? To sit in this space of doing the right thing by everyone and it feels like a really, really positive thing to do, but I just don't think you've got time to really slip into the depths of who you are, and that sometimes it feels like you're I just see it as a very, very bored energy, and that you're doing a little bit of Groundhog Day, doing the right thing by everybody in every way every day. But good on you, Scorpio. Good on you for bringing a lighter energy forward, and like allowing people to engage with you in a really, really positive way. And things are going to shift up and change for you. I'm going to grab a couple more cards because I don't want to just leave you with damn your board, Scorpio, because I do feel like we're going to have a shift on this. So let's just sort of progress that a couple and just go, what is... I actually wouldn't be surprised if something like a tower or something dramatic comes through, because I actually think you're going to get a shake up in the energy that is designed to be a little bit of fun, but also I think it's going to challenge your soul as well. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got the King of Swords. We've got the Fool. Yeah, look, we've got the Fool. And we've got the Four of Swords. King of Swords is a more dramatic energy, isn't it? It's like what I've got. I said it's going to feel like it's a little bit more fun. And a little bit more, because King of Swords is definitely not Groundhog Day. He is very, very vocal. He speaks up, and then you add that with the Fool, and it's taking chances, taking leaps of faith. And I've got the feeling there's something around this energy that is going to require you to transmute energy. I felt it as tower energy, but now how I'm seeing it is going, you're going to walk out on this path, and it's like a devil may care energy, and you're not worried about falling off the cliff, but I actually think you're going to have some kind of a fall that's going to require you to get back into where your happy zone is, having to get into the deeper realms of healing and transmuting energy. So it's, getting out there, putting yourself out there, having a big voice, carving a path, leading your way through something is actually going to cause you, I think you're going to have a fall. But in the same breath as that fun that you had being out there and having a fall, you're going to enjoy the healing phase just as much. So it gets you, like, I don't think you're going to sit in this bored energy for too long. And I, like, it is the now energy where you kind of feel like you're just kind of stagnant. But I think something exciting is coming your way, which is you quite enjoy. I'm going to call you out. You quite enjoy the sting in the tail of a situation. You quite enjoy it when you feel like you get to swim in the depths of the sting. Whatever the sting is, you're going to feel like you get to swim in the depths of it and enjoy it. So interesting times ahead for you, Scorpio. Not everybody would say, what I just offered was super positive, but I think you're going to find it positive to have that shake up in life, to get out of this feeling of like energy is slow and boring. I don't mind if something negative happens or something dramatic happens as long as it breaks Groundhog Day. So I think that's what's coming towards you, Scorpio. Gemini, I am sorry that I've read you out of order, but I always believe that these things happen for a reason. I don't think it's an accident that you're sitting in the position that you are. Righto, and the reason I'm going to say that is I'm going to read the energies around you. I'm going to read you next to Scorpio. I'm going to read you next to Taurus, and I'm going to read you next to Aries and see if there's a specific reason why I pushed you out of alignment. Are you out of alignment, Gemini? Are you feeling completely out of alignment? Because here I've got you in the pre-harvest. It's going, I'm not getting my blessings coming forward. I've got you making choices. I've got you disconnecting, and I've got you with energy moving slow. These are energies that are sitting all around you. I think you're being influenced by these other forces right now. So let's have a look, Gemini, and see why we've got you out of alignment. Righto, let's have a look. The Hermit. See, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, am I? Three of Cups, Six of Swords, and the King of Cups. So we do, if we've got you being affected by choices, I'm wondering if there's someone else that you're thinking about. Are you in a connection right now that you're thinking about leaving because someone else is on your mind, right? Gemini, are you really in two minds because you're not feeling the weight of your blessings right now? And I know that like you're keeping your light on, even though you've pulled your energy back into yourself, and you're doing all the work that you can to manage your scenario. I see that, but you still don't feel the blessing of what you're sitting in, because my gut feeling is that you're being affected by a third party, and on any given day, you're thinking about leaving your current scenario. Here, look, this energy over the top, I feel like this Taurus energy is going, I have a choice to make. Choice A, choice B. Now, remember when we looked at Taurus energy, we were going, should I stay with the connection that I've been with and that I'm settled and I'm established with, or should I chase after a soulmate connection? And here we've got Scorpio as being Groundhog Day, being slow and boring, and feeling like you're doing the same thing day after day after day, and going, nothing that I do is bringing me into my blessing. And I feel like I'm getting to a crossroad about the choices that I need to make. What comes in over the top is the King of Cups going, what action are you taking to make your situation better? Are you doing what Geminis do and sitting in two minds of, you've got the devil and the angel in one ear, and you're going, see, I think your situation is different to Taurus, in going, as much as it's the same, it's different. I think you have a different choice to make versus what, I think you'll make a different choice. Taurus was looking at moving towards that divine connection, whereas I think you're looking at sticking to the status quo, right? So what action will you take in sticking to this? I know you've got, look, I know you're thinking about leaving, and I know you've got a third party on your mind, but the overriding energy for you is the Hermit. And before I did your reading, I went, Gemini, I feel like you're being affected by all of these energies. It's why it's why the reading went the way it did. What action are you going to take around your decisions? We're all mad here. Righto. Now this energy is all about going, everybody is a little different. So how are you judging the person that you're with? Are you judging them fairly? Are you judging them unfairly? Gemini, use your time well. Again, this is what I'm feeling like, is that you're sitting in the status quo. Right? Use your time well. Make every moment count. Going in the decision-making process that you've got going on right now, are you counting your blessings? Make every moment count. Really look at your situation and go, like, don't make rash decisions here. Manage to be glad. Why can't you see that your situation serves you? Hang on. And growing up is because you've got some maturing to do. Righto, how I'm reading your energy is that you do sit and you ponder your choices relentlessly, but that is the nature of a Gemini, is to think and think and think and think and think, right? To come up with every scenario possible and sit here in this energy of the pre-harvest going, I really don't know what I want. I haven't got my blessings yet. It's not complete. I'm making all of this investment and this investment and this investment, and all I think about is this third party. Why can't I just be happy with my scenario? And the question is, can you accept the scenario that you have and grow up in it? You know, mature in the scenario that you're in, accepting that everybody is a little different. Not everybody that you meet is going to be perfect, and the action that you might have to take is an act of compassion. This third party, I'm going to say to you, your third party is not as perfect as you think they are. I think maybe some of this leaving energy is leaving behind the fantasy that you have around your third party, and start valuing what you actually have in front of you. I can't force you to, Gemini. You've got free will at play here, and clearly you've got two people that you are concerned with, right? You've got a third party and you've got a King of Cups. You've got two people, and you often fantasize about leaving one for the other, but you don't do anything about it because you're sitting in the energy of the Hermit, which is dominated twice. It leaves you feeling like you're in Groundhog Day and never getting to make a choice. What the advice is, time to grow up, mature, and find happiness in the scenario that you're in. That you are in. Use your time well, look for the silver lining, and understand that nobody that you connect with is going to be perfect. It's accepting that our differences is what makes this interesting. The differences is what's going to help you learn and grow. The kicker is, can you surrender into it? Can you surrender into it, Gemini? Righto, we've got through the whole zodiac. That's it. Now, you know, this kind of reading is like aspects of every sign might resonate for you depending on where the zodiac affects your chart, because we're not doing astrology when we're reading tarot over the aspects. We're going, how do we break down the energy from different viewpoints? So you might have, you know, different astrology might be significant in your chart. So it might not necessarily be that you just look at one of those signs and go, oh yeah, that's definitely my story. So it's, you know, figuring out what's in your chart, what different aspects might apply. And, you know, it's flipping and shuffling and going, that's my person or that's me. It might show up reversed compared to what you would have expected. But the nature of this reading is definitely to read for a collective of people that, you know, are born under a different set of cosmic influences, and to try and give some deeper insight into the way that the energies are playing out against them in this current window. So hope this has been useful, and I hope that you've been able to see the timestamps on this reading and I've managed to figure that out. But I'm going to wrap it up from there. So in faith, hope and love, it's bye from me for now.